Voice of college football with the 10 most surprising teams of 2022. Please like the video, share these videos out on social media, and subscribe. The reason you do that, hit the bell for the notifications to know when we go live. All right, let's go to the 10 most surprising teams this season. Number 10, Florida State. 9-3 season, their best in the regular season since 2016. This team, since 2018, had gone 19-27. Made their first bowl game this season since 2019. Of course, vintage Florida State is contending for national championships and certainly in the ACC, but this had been a down program since Jimbo Fisher left after the 2017 season. And Florida State won the first four, lost 3 consecutive games to Wake Forest, Clemson, and NC State, and then really kicked it into gear, including rivalry wins over Miami and Florida to conclude the season at 9-3, and they are more than a touchdown favorite to make it a 10-3 season and possibly a top 10 finish for the first time since 2016. Our number 10 most surprising team of 2022, Florida State. At number 9, we go to the Big 12 and the Big 12 champion, Kansas State. The Wildcats had a nice season at 9-3. However, they capped it off with a big upset win in the Big 12 championship game against TCU. So for Kansas State, yeah, we knew that they would be a good team, a decent team, a bowl team for sure, but it was all about Oklahoma, Baylor, Oklahoma State. They were by far the 3 favorites, with Kansas State maybe a distant dark horse, well behind Texas, who was another favorite for most of us in the Big 12. But Kansas State, they got it done. They beat TCU in the championship game to finish 10-3 and win their first Big 12 championship since 2003. Our number 9 most surprising team, K-State Wildcats. At number 8, we go to the SEC. Josh Heupel, what a job he has done. Took over for Jeremy Pruitt following a 3-7 dumpster fire of 2020. Amidst NCAA investigations, Josh Heupel upped that record to 7-6, and that was a good-looking 7-16. They went 7-5, came that close, and maybe a controversial or bad call by the officials in going 8-5 following a Music City Bowl game against Purdue. Then this season, they kicked it into overdrive, got the offense going behind Hendon Hooker, and man, they took off. They beat Alabama, they beat LSU by 4 scores, and of course, Tennessee finished 10-2. The first Tennessee 10-win season since going all the way back to 2004. First 10-win Tennessee regular season since 2001. 21 years ago. Tennessee and Josh Heupel, the 8th most surprising team in college football in 2022. Our number 17, we go back to the Big 12 and we stay in the state of Kansas. And how about those Jayhawks? This is ridiculous what Lance Leipold accomplished this season in Lawrence, Kansas, considering that Kansas has not really done anything in college football of note since 2007. Of course, they almost went to a BCS championship game that year, followed it up with a nice season in 2008. Well, this was Kansas' best year in 14 years as they go 6-6, 3-6 in conference play, posted some nice wins, and we had a precursor of this during the stretch drive of 2021 when Leipold's team finally started to compete. They beat Texas, and if you look at their last 4 or 5 games, despite finishing at 2-10, they again started to compete. They had 1-score games lined up in November and played well down the stretch, and then they turned it into a successful season, a bowl season for the first time since 2008, going up against Arkansas in the Liberty Bowl. Our number 7 most surprising team, Kansas Rock Chalk Jayhawk. All right, at number 6, we go to the Pac-12 and another downtrodden program that showed some life. Not quite getting to bowl play, but for Arizona and Jedd Fisch, this was a monumental step. Getting to 5 wins, they went to the Rose Bowl, defeated a top 10 UCLA team, and with Jaden Delore at quarterback, posted an exciting offense week after week. Again, Jedd Fisch has a good thing going there. They won the Territorial Cup against their arch rival, Arizona State, for the first time in 6 meetings. Our number 6 team on our most surprising list here at the Voice of College Football, Zona. All right, at number 5, we stay in the Pac-12. We go north. Chris Peterson built a tremendous program at Washington, went to the college football playoff, the last Pac-12 team to do so in 2016, won a Pac-12 championship and Rose Bowl appearance in 2018, but fell on hard times as Chris Peterson was not able to hand the keys to Jimmy Lake and hand them to capable hands. The Jimmy Lake experiment failed miserably. In steps Kalen DeBoer after a 4-8 season. DeBoer in from Fresno State knew what to do. Add in a superior quarterback in Michael Penix from Indiana, and Washington took off to a 10-win season. The Huskies go from 4-8 to 10-2, our number 5 most surprising team in 2022. Now to the voice of college football, number 4 most surprising team. We go to the group of 5, and a Tulane team that turned in just 2 wins in 2021 took off to post these accomplishments. First American Conference Championship. First conference championship of any kind going back to 1998, that Sean King team that won Conference USA in 98 at 12-0. And the first major bowl appearance for Tulane football since the 1939 Sugar Bowl against Texas A&M. Tulane is headed to the Cotton Bowl after an 11-2 season and conference championship. Tulane's our number 4 most surprising team in 2022. That takes us up to number 3 in our first trip to the Big Ten. And the Fighting Illini of Illinois, Brett Bielema's team, showed signs of life in 2021 with 3 upset wins against Penn State, Minnesota, and Nebraska, but could only get to 5 wins. This season, they took out Virginia in non-conference play, then went to Big Ten play, and really should have won the Big Ten Western Division. May have been the best team start to finish in the West. They took out Iowa, Minnesota, and also Wisconsin. The trifecta for Illinois football for the first time since 1983. Brett Bielema and Illinois go to a bowl game against Mississippi State at 8-4, the best Illinois team since 2007, when that team also finished with 8 or more wins. Our number 3 team is Illinois. On to our number 2 team in our most surprising teams of 2022, right here at the voice of college football and basketball school, Duke. Mike Elko came in as defensive coordinator of Texas A&M, took over the program from David Cutcliffe. It had grown mighty stale. 0-8 in the ACC in 2021, a 1-17 run in conference play. Mike Elko took it over and instilled life into the program and a whole lot more. With Riley Leonard at quarterback, this Duke team not only went 8-4, they didn't lose by more than 1 score to anybody. They came this close to winning the Coastal Division Championship and getting to the ACC title game. They led North Carolina by 4 points and were kicking a field goal to secure a 1-score lead, touchdown lead late in the game, blew the field goal, gave up a last-second drive, and lost to North Carolina. Otherwise, Duke would have played in the ACC championship game and most likely would have played better than North Carolina. This Duke team was for real in going 8-4, competitive on all 12 games. Our number 2 most surprising team from 0-8 in the ACC to the brink of a conference championship game, Duke. And at number 1 on our list, of course, they are going to play on New Year's Eve in the college football playoff. Sonny Dykes, TCU Horned Frogs, 12-0 after a 5-7 finish in 2021. This program has gone just 22-24 the past 5 seasons, only 17-20 in conference play. And yes, they go to their first Big 12 championship game in 2017, though they did not win it. They won all the other games in going 12-1, and they will be playing for a national championship as one of the final 4 teams in all of America. Our number 1 most surprising team, TCU. So here's the list according to the voice of college football. TCU at number 1, Duke 2, Illinois 3, Tulane 4, Washington as our 5th most surprising team, Arizona 6, Kansas 7, Tennessee at number 8, at number 9, Kansas State at number 10, Florida State. Tell us where we missed it. Leave your comments down below right here at the Voice of College Football.